I hid him from one Instagram story for 18 minutes. 7 minutes after I unhid him, he texted the exact booth joke from our first date.
Hidden from the story, then unhidden, then he texts about the story?
Not about the story, about the booth in the story. That is why it messed with my head.
Okay, start before the detective board. Who was he?
Colin, hinge match. We met at this tiny bar in the East Village with one red corner booth everyone fights over.
The kind of first date that makes people stupid.
Exactly. We stayed until the bartender stacked chairs around us. He said, if we ever come back, that booth is legally ours.
And then he did the modern romance thing where he became almost available.
Polite, warm, useless. He watched one story, liked nothing, and never made another plan.
That is not mixed signals. That is a fog machine.
My friend Tessa kept saying, if he is checking, he cares.
That sentence has ruined a lot of evenings.
I know, but the next Friday I was back near the bar with my cousin. She sat in the red booth wearing a black jacket, and in the photo, it looked like a soft launch.
So you posted it.
At 9:07, but at 9:04, before I posted, I hid Colin from my story.
Boundary or test?
Both. I wanted to stop feeding him little windows into my life. I also wanted to know if he would notice the window closing.
That part matters. When you are testing, every tiny movement starts looking like evidence.
At 9:22, I felt dramatic and unhid him. I told myself it was childish to care.
And then?
At 9:25, the profile visit signal I was tracking moved. At 9:29, Colin texted, "So I lost booth privileges?"
That is annoyingly specific.
The booth phrase was ours. I had not captioned it. I had not tagged the bar. The photo was just the corner and my cousin's sleeve.
Tessa said proof.
She sent, "He was waiting for you to let him back in."
I would not say that. The timing is interesting. The phrase is interesting. But that is not the same as knowing exactly what he saw or why he texted.
That was the part I hated. I wanted it to be clean.
It almost never is. A profile signal can tell you there is a pattern. It cannot tell you the whole person.
There was one more thing.
Of course there was.
2 nights later, I did not post anything. I only changed who could see a close friends style story draft, then backed out. No public story, no new post.
So there was no obvious feed signal.
Right. But around 11:11, the profile activity pattern jumped again. At 11:18, he texted, "Red booth is still legally ours if you want it."
Now you have a repeat timing pattern. Still not a verdict. Better than a random story view, but not mind reading.
So how would you read it?
I would read it as profile adjacent attention. Story access changes, a visit signal, and private date language kept landing near each other.
But not. Colin definitely viewed my profile at 9:25.
Correct. Do not turn a pattern into a fake exact name machine. Instagram does not hand you secret viewer identity. Synapse AI is for organizing available Instagram activity signals so the pattern is easier to read.
What kind of signals?
IG profile visit signals, repeat visitor behavior, story to profile jumps, visibility window timing, and activity changes that repeat when the relationship gets tense.
And what is outside the line?
No hacking, no private account access, no guaranteed exact viewer identity, no claiming you know what someone feels because a graph moved.
So the signal can be real and still not be enough.
That is the whole adult nightmare. Yes.
I finally texted him, "If you want to see me again, ask me. If you only want the booth joke, leave it alone."
Good. One clean question beats 5 more tests.
He said he liked talking to me, but he was not trying to date seriously.
There it is. The pattern explained the attention. It did not create effort.
That actually helped me stop checking.
That is what a good signal should do. It should reduce the guessing, not feed it.
If you want to read the quieter pattern layer behind your IG profile signals, explore Synapse AI.